You're listening to the 3 Feet Radio Show with Ben Carbonaro and Luke Herbert. From our studios come special guests and netball commentary, exclusively on YouTube.
Welcome, listeners, to this latest installment of the 3 Feet Radio Show. I am Luke Herbert, and joining me in the studio is my noted co-host, Ben Carbonaro, who, aside from co-hosting this show, he's also a journalist for Netball Scoop. So, how are you today, Ben?
I'm very well, thank you, Luke.
And why don't you introduce our guest and get us underway?
I most certainly will. Joining us today is Queensland Firebirds midcourter in Verity Simmons. Hi, Verity. You're obviously in one piece. You're back after your flight delay.
Yeah, we're finally back. It was a bit of a delay, but nothing we couldn't handle, so we're at.
All right, then. And first of all, then, to get us underway outside of the airport, it's a reflection of netball becoming more professional, some might say a business. But what's it like being a New South Welshman playing for a Queensland team?
Actually, I'm living Grafton, so I'm from there, which has always been a bit closer kind of thing to Queensland. So for me, it kind of feels like I'm back home and, I guess back in the old roots, which is great. So yeah, not too much of a change, and I'm just really enjoying it, and happy to be here.
And obviously, as you say, you're happy to be there. I see you've built up a pretty strong relationship with Amy Wild. You two are kind of besties off the court.
Yeah, Angel's great. She's a very good egg, and I'm very lucky to have her by my side, which is, it's nice. Good to have a good mate like that. But all the girls have been really supportive and really welcoming to the team, so I'm very lucky.
Well, speaking of teams, even though you're now a Firebird, how did you enjoy your time at the West Coast Fever working with former Australian Diamonds coach Norma Plummer?
Plum was really interesting. She was a really good coach and just kind of gave a new swing and perspective on netball itself. So I definitely learned a lot there, and I really enjoyed my time. It wasn't an easy call to leave Fever, but just with family reasons, and I think just putting my netball first made the move to Queensland Firebirds, and yes, it's been really great.
Just on Monday night, Verity, it was a pretty gutsy performance to be able to beat the Magic over there in Hamilton, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was a big win for us. Like it's a big trip, and we knew we had a battle on our hands. The crowd was unbelievable. Probably, I reckon, the loudest crowd I've ever played in front of, which was at the same time so exciting. So we were just very happy to get that win, secure that second position to have a crack at the grand final.
And speaking of the final, will there be much adjusting you have to do as a team? Because, in the coming game, you're going to come up against an Australian side?
I think we're figuring it out as we go, and our team just keeps getting stronger and stronger. I should probably touch wood saying that, but I don't think there's too much adjusting to be done. We know how to play against Australian and New Zealand sides, so we'll just go back to basics and keep it Queensland Firebirds style of netball, I guess.
And it's 1-1 in home and away games between the Vixens and the Firebirds this year, Vez. Do you have to use anything? Are you taking anything from that as motivation? I mean, you beat them earlier on in the year in Melbourne, and then they flogged you up in Queensland by a significant margin.
Yeah, you know what? To be honest with you, I think we take that and we understand that was a great win by them, and we only just beat them by 1-2, so it's definitely going to be a big game. We all understand that, but I think all in all, I think Firebirds have become a different team at the moment. We've really kind of found our strap compared to what we were towards the start of the year and the first couple of games we were getting out. So look, I think we take a lot of confidence into this game, and to have a win like that against Magic and to over there has really given us the boost that we need, and we're just looking forward to it, moving on and upwards, I think.
And just before we leave the Vixens and the coming game, are there any particular players in the Vixens side that you feel will need to be restricted out on court?
To be honest with you, I think, look, Vixens have got a lot of key players, but I think, I said this before, I think Vixens play really well together as a team, and I think they're a very dominant and, you know, threatening team when they're together and they're playing all as one unit. So, I mean, they've got some great players, you know, like Maddie Robinson or Bianca Chatfield, for example, but I think as a team, that's where they are the strongest. So I think we're just looking to really work on our game and yeah, hopefully get them up against them.
I'm pretty sure you've told me about this one before, Vez, but could you tell our listeners about the time when you had a falcon and you almost got knocked out, or you did get knocked out?
Yeah, we have gone over this a couple of times, haven't we, Ben? But,
yeah, I think we have.
No, it is. Yeah, it was. Where was I? I think it was for Australian. I think like fast five or something at that stage, and we were playing against the men. And Ash Braz actually, I would have been like a metre and a half away from her, and just fired one straight at me and it hit me straight in the face. And I remember just falling backwards, and I was so dizzy, and these men picking me up, kind of thing. And yeah, it was. I look back at it now, and it was pretty funny. At the time, I was out of it.
And just speaking of Fast Five, what was it like wearing the green and gold of Australia when you played in the World Netball Series, which we now call Fast Five, back in 2012?
You know what? Like any chance you get to wear the green and gold, I think is it's always such a humbling, exciting feeling, and I'd love to wear it properly one day. You know, I think it's great to be in Fast Five, and I love that. But you know, one day I really want to make it and play for the Australian Diamonds and say that you've played at the top level. I think.
In preparation for our chat today, Vez, we were looking at your player profile on the Firebirds website, and it says the advice you have for young players is to train hard and work hard. Do you feel that all the training and hard work that you've done over the years, you know, has helped you to be where you are now? And do you view yourself as an ambassador for younger players, considering you are only 23 years old?
Yeah, I mean, it is a bit crazy sometimes, a little bit surreal when you think that, you know, younger kids are aspiring or looking up to you, and you know, it's very humbling. So, I'm blessed to be in the position I am, but I'm very all for, you know, train hard and enjoy results. I've seen it in myself, I've seen it in so many players, and the more and more you can put into your sport and the more effort and time you've got, it's just amazing how much you can grow and how strong you really, you know, you never thought you could be, but you've got it in you. So I tick that, like, you know, that's something I definitely, recommend and live by.
And just switching gears here away from the netball court and getting to a little less serious topic. You are well known as someone who loves the sun, sand and the ocean. How long have you been surfing for, and do you use it as a release from netball?
Look, I'm just, when I go surfing, I'm not really any good. I just come out there because I love the ocean, love the waves, and I'm just learning to ride a little shortboard at the moment, so it's a very hard task. But I've just always been a fan of the ocean ever since I was little, and it just refreshes me. Like, I'm actually heading to the beach as we speak, and just to kind of refresh and start the week again. So yeah, I think ocean's a very healing place.
Couldn't it be said then, Vez, when you lived in Perth, you were almost a professional beach bum before you kicked off your work with David Weir Panda Foundation? Ha ha ha.
Yeah, I was definitely a pro beach bum. I think I had that now. That was the dream job if I was getting paid for it. But yeah, I think I spent the first year was just a little bit unbalanced. I spent way too much time at the beach and not enough time working and on the netball court. So the second year I kind of got myself together and had a good job with the Deborah Panda Foundation, and yeah, a little bit less time at the beach, I think.
You must really go to the beach in the off season then, when you're not playing netball?
Yeah, I try to get as much fun as I can.
Yeah, and just on work, Verity, I think last time I spoke to you, you said you were starting work with Ray White Real Estate. Are you still there now, and how are you finding it?
Yeah, so starting with them, they've actually need to go and see them this week, so very exciting. But I'm also looking at maybe doing some more work with the Deborah Panda Foundation from Brisbane. So yeah, we'll just see how everything goes.
How did you get into real estate, if I may ask?
Look, it's I've only got a little small role to play in it, but Rose Rose's best friend was actually, she works there, so yeah, it's very handy.
All right, Verity, thanks very much for the chat. Really appreciate it as always. You know, we have a good chemistry, and it's good hearing a little bit about yourself and how you got how everything was like, how everything went getting back from New Zealand despite the flight delay. And I will be at the game on Monday. I'll be floating around. You know, I'm always hiding somewhere in a corner.
That's awesome. Thanks so much, Ben. And yeah, I'll definitely see you at the game. I just want to say hello.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you. See you later.
You've been listening to the 3 Feet Radio Show with Ben Carbonaro and Luke Herbert. Tune in next time for more special guests and netball commentary exclusively on YouTube.